Welcome to Seven Dads TV. I'm your host, Ken Wood. Before we get into the pop culture and the sports and everything like that, I would like to acknowledge that we are filming this podcast on stolen land. Yes, Austin, Texas was home to the Tonkawa tribe, otherwise known as home of the Wapa tribe. Yes, they have been broiling and grilling burgers on this land for 12,000 years. And they lived so in peace and harmony until the Purple Man came. Yes, the one known as Grimace. Yeah, that was my Grimace stolen land joke. Home of the Wapa, home of the Takawa. Honestly, starting off this episode, we got to give it now. That is the actual land that we're on, is the Takawa. It just sounds like home of the Wapa. And I had a really good Whopper like 2 weeks ago. I was drunk. Oh man, a drunk Whopper, there's nothing like it, dude. There's nothing more American than a drunk Whopper, dude. Greenland and Venezuela, get ready for that. Billie Eilish, man. I heard that some native tribe is kind of going after Billie Eilish for her remarks about being on stolen land. And there's something that I really enjoy about a hipster e-girl, overprivileged millionaire going up against Native Americans. There's just something that is truly special and remarkable about that. It kind of warms my heart, kind of warms my heart. Maybe it's because I'm an American and I love conflict and I love reality television, but maybe we can make that a VH1 show. Billie Eilish, put her on a reservation with the Native Americans, and it's kind of like, she has to learn the way of their land, and then they come into her house, and then it's this thing. I don't know, dude. People would watch that though. People would watch that. You don't think people would watch Billie Eilish on Stolen Land, on Amazon Prime? What about, we got people watching Chicago PD? That fucking amazes me. Chicago PD. Who's watching Chicago PD or Chicago Fire Department? There might even be an ambulance one. I think it's Chicago EMT. Who the fuck is watching them? People like my aunt, which is crazy, Like, if you want to know who's watching that bullshit, it's people like my aunt, okay? My aunt actually admitted that she watches Chicago Fire or whatever it's called. Like, that's crazy. It's crazy. No wonder why your kids don't respect you, Aunt. I'm not going to say her real name. I love her so much. She's such a good aunt. A lot has happened. A lot has happened while we're on stolen land, A lot has happened on stolen land, guys. Super Bowl halftime show was kind of very controversial. I mean, the game sucked. Let's be honest, dude. I would much rather watch Billie Eilish debate Native Americans on stolen land than watch that boring ass Super Bowl. That Super Bowl was terrible. Like, it was awful, man. Where, at that point, I would have rather had the Super Bowl been placed in Riyadh. Put the Super Bowl in Saudi Arabia if you're going to give me a snooze fest like that, dude. At least make it interesting. At least make it like, I know some people are going to get chop blocked later in the night if it's in Saudi Arabia. It's, and a lot of people were freaking out about the Super Bowl halftime show. I was actually watching the Super Bowl with my grandpa, and he didn't want to watch the halftime show. But then we turned it on, and he saw a bunch of brown people working in the fields, and he felt right at home. He felt like it was the good old days, and then we were able to enjoy the Super Bowl. Good on Bad Bunny for reaching out to the older Americans and saying, hey, if you're going to see a bunch of, brown people against your will on your television screen, at least put them in a field working so we know that they're the good ones. My grandpa, he shut up after that. A couple things about the Super Bowl. I didn't know there was a black national anthem. I had no idea there was a black national anthem. I thought the black national anthem was remixed to Ignition by R. Kelly. Seriously, guys. Is that a good clip, guys? Is that a good clip? Is that a good racist clip? Right now, my trans juggalo clip is getting a lot of hate on YouTube, but the algorithm loves it, so it's bumping it up. Maybe I'll start with this. Maybe this will be the black national anthem clip. I had no idea there was a black national anthem. I thought the black national anthem was Bump and Grind by R. Kelly. All right, in the comments below, which one is the black national anthem? Remix to Ignition by R. Kelly or Bump and Grind by R. Kelly? Which one is the black national anthem? I can't decide. When I was writing that joke, I couldn't decide. Because me personally, I like Remix to Ignition. Bounce, 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 hey, bounce, it's like murder. One of my biggest, okay, and let me just say this. I love R. Kelly. I fucking love R. Kelly, okay? One of my biggest regrets in life is my friends saw R. Kelly before he went to prison at Shea Park in Detroit. And if you know anything about Shea Park, that's real Detroit. That's not Clarkston DTE. That's not Royal Oak Music Theater shit. We're talking Shea Park. We're talking my friends were the only white people in Shea Park watching R. Kelly. And they spent all night dancing with middle-aged black women. And I regret this so much. Don't live your life with regrets, man. I don't. I'm following my dreams. I've done everything that I think I could in terms of following my heart and following my dreams and living life with no regret. But man, do I miss that opportunity, man. I really missed out on an opportunity. R. Kelly, Shea Park, Detroit, my friends, they said that middle-aged black women were like throwing their bras and panties on stage or reaching at his genitals. And my friend, I think it was my friend Brendan, shout out to Brendan, because he was saying during Remix to Ignition, he has a dance move when it's run in, hands through my fro. As a white guy, you don't have a fro, obviously. So he just goes like this and goes like that, hits him with the Is that not the coolest fucking thing ever? I'd be doing that for like 5 times throughout that song and 30 times throughout the night, man. Man, don't live your life with regrets, because you're going to miss an R. Kelly concert, or you're going to miss a concert, and then the musical genius is going to be locked up for sexual assault. If it happened to me, it's going to happen again to you. Don't do it, guys. And what's up with Green Day? What's up with Green Day at the Super Bowl? Okay? Bump and Grind, that could be also the national anthem. Great song. It's great panty dropping music for guys on parole. For baby mama, for your second baby mama, great panty dropping music, Let's talk about Green Day, though. Green Day, they don't look healthy. I was shocked to see Green Day perform at the Super Bowl. Man, they don't look healthy, dude. They look like a bunch of middle-aged lesbians that terrorize workers at a Tesla dealership to help fight fascism. Okay, Green Day. And I get it, Green Day, American Idiot. I grew up on American Idiot, and I get it, dude. I get it, man. But at some point, man, you gotta stop painting your nails, dude. You just got, and you know what I mean? That's just me, If you want me to take you serious, you gotta stop painting your nails, man. And that's, and there's nothing wrong with painting your nails if you want me to not take you serious when speaking about political opinions. I'm just joking. You can have painted nails, and I'd still respect your political opinion, and just go to your own bathroom. I'm just joking. I don't care. My political standpoint on gender neutral bathrooms, and I am pro little kids taking shits. Pro little kids taking shits. Now, I don't really know about the specifics of the logistics of where, how, eligibility to take shits. All I know is I am pro children taking shits. That's all I know. I'm going to leave it up to the parents and school boards to decide. But all I know on this podcast, we are pro taking shit. If you're not pro taking kids taking shits, you got to check your morals, man. Who raised you? All right, what else are we looking at, dude? Oh man. All right, we're moving on, guys. We're moving on. There was a viral video of Cardi B giving a lap dance to a robot, and the robot actually fell on top of her. Now, Cardi B was not hurt, but since then, that robot has been diagnosed with every single STD known to man. We're all scared of AI, but AI has never seen a 5'3" walking life-size herpes sore with a Puerto Rican accent. Okay? Cardi B's scary, dude. Cardi B looks like she smells like cocoa butter and fucking old penne noodles. Like, yeah, you kind of guys get that when, it's like she smells like stripper perfume. Like, she smells like she buys cheap stripper perfume even though she's a multimillionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like, Cardi B would. I'm just joking. I wouldn't, dude. That's gross. I would. I have no morals. I have no, feel bad for that robot, man. Cardi B, The C in Cardi B does not stand for consent, guys, and we know that. That girl is yeah, she's got a past. She got a past. She got past. You know, who's she dating? Stefan Diggs. Stefan Diggs. It's Stefan Diggs. Stefan Diggs. What is he? A lacrosse player? No, man, he's a football player. That's Stefan Diggs. It's like the Family Matters episode where Urkel turns into Stefan. Yeah, fuck the Patriots. Honestly, I hate the Patriots. Good. I'm glad they lost. Fuck Boston. I'm just joking. I love Boston. Love Boston. I love the racist people of Boston. Because when you go to Boston, you get authentic racism. Okay, you go to Boston, and there's no beating around the bush when it comes to racism. If they want to call you a slur, you're going to get called a slur. The thing with Boston is you go down to Boston for a weekend and you find out slurs that you didn't even know were slurs because they have weird little accents. So like every little slur sounds a little bit, like a Boston twang on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw a guy get called a Guido and he's you fucking Guido. Like what it is? Yeah, it doesn't sound like Guido. I don't know what he was doing. You fucking Guido. There's like an extra fucking vowel or something there, dude. I can't do it. I'm not from Boston. I went to college. I didn't go to college. A lot of people think I did. I think when I wear my glasses in public, that's what fucks them up. That's what fucks them up. They think I went to college. Nope, didn't go to college. Didn't go to college. Okay, what else? Jelly Roll. We're still on the fucking Grammys, guys. We're still talking about the Grammys, dude. Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll went viral because his Grammys award speech was very in the middle. He just tried to be in the middle, and you can't do that nowadays. You got to be an extremist on one end, and let's be honest, dude. You're either gonna bend the knee or you're gonna bend over for the government. You know what I'm saying? It's one or the other, dude. But Jelly Roll, basically what did Jelly Roll even say? He was just like, I'm just a dumb redneck. I don't want to get too political. Like, honestly, dude, that's such a fucking terrible excuse. And I don't like to force people to be political. I don't think that's right. But it's hilarious when you just put on that the reason you have no idea about anything going on in the world, or the reason you have no opinion about anything in the world, is because you're a redneck. Like, that is hilarious. Like, I'm sorry, Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu. I don't know if you should bomb those kids or not. I'm just a dumb redneck. Well, Mr. Hitler, I know a couple good Jewish folks. I don't think you should do this. I'm just a dumb redneck, and I don't know much about politics and all, but I know a couple good Jewish lawyers and a couple good Jewish businessmen, and they're pretty good people, Mr. Hitler. I'm just a dumb redneck. I'm just a dumb redneck. I look like Post Malone was filled with hot air. I'm just a dumb redneck. Just a dumb redneck. That's really it. Yeah, that's all I had to say about Jelly Roll, dude. My mom loves the guy. My mom loves the guy. He does look like Post Malone filled with hot air, but my mom loves the guy. I'm just a dumb redneck. Mom fucking loves the guy. And then you got Nicki Minaj turning MAGA. I know I kind of touched on it on the last episode, but she's doubling down with the Twitter, man. She's doubling down, calling out satanic pedophile rings and stuff like that. She's doubling down. MAGA Nicki Minaj, man. I can't wait for her and Jelly Roll to be like the new Ariana Grande and Cynthia, where Nicki Minaj is all over Jelly Roll. Because even though Jelly Roll says he's not political, your main audience, man, is white trash MAGA. Like I said, my mom's a fan. My mom plays your music all the time on her blown out speakers from 2008 on her computer. She loves it, dude. She absolutely loves it. But MAGA Nicki Minaj, dude, like, that's just fucking crazy, dude. MAGA Nicki Minaj, man. What's next? Is she going to start doing songs with Kid Rock? Is she going to start podcasting with Tim Pool? She's going to start dating Kyle Rittenhouse? What's next? I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And, coming from Metro Detroit, I know a lot of black women who are white trash. I know a lot of black women who are white trash. You guys ever know about a city named Taylor Tucky? Taylor Tucky? It's a great little city for degenerates and stuff. Okay, guys, we're moving on. Moving on. Chappelle Roan. Chappelle Roan. She kind of made news because she went to the Grammys in a very showing dress, I will say. And here's my message to Chappelle Roan. You know you stole that out from me, you dirty little skank. Okay? Okay? You're a nothing without stealing the fashion ideas from me. If I catch you texting my man, Benson Boone, I'm going to cut a bitch. That's a threat, Chappelle Roan, or whatever the fuck your name is. You look like Ronald McDonald, okay? Don't get out there, Chappelle Roan. Because I was the first one to hang shit off my titties at an award show. Okay? It was me, Rose McGowan. Hate these unoriginal bitches, man. Swear my hand to God. What else are we talking about, guys? What else are we talking about? We got the NBA trade deadline. Let's go. We're going into sports now, motherfuckers. We're going into sports now. The funniest thing was Jaren Jackson was traded from Memphis to Utah. You just traded in hot wings for green carrot jello, man. I hope you like white women who think the missionary position is what their cousin Tommy is doing in Africa. Good luck, man. Jaren Jackson just went from posting gats with Ja Morant to playing lacrosse with Lauri Markkanen. This is going to be awesome, dude. Jaren Jackson is going to be the blackest man in Utah since Eddie Murphy's Raw went in theaters in there. You're going to be great, dude. You're going to be great, man. They're going to love you down there. Everyone. No one's going to notice you because they're all going to think you're just their shadow outside the stadium. So you'll love it, dude. It's going to be very low key. It's going to be very low key. Yeah. That's all I got. That's all racism I got for that. That's all the racism I got for that. Good luck, buddy. Good luck. What else do I got here? And here, one thing I want to talk about is my boy Bill Belichick, man. People are hating on Bill because he's got a younger girlfriend, People are just hating on him because he's got a younger girlfriend, and don't hate on my boy Bill, okay? You just don't understand the dynamics of the relationship, okay? You don't understand the dynamics of the relationship, okay? This is the average American boat couple, okay? You see, in American culture, when an old man is very successful and he cannot get hard anymore, he buys a boat. Yes, he becomes a salt daddy, a sea salt daddy, and he attracts these younger women that have moth-like brains that just flock to it, dude. They don't even think. They just flock to these old men with flaccid penises and big boats. You know what I'm saying? When they're on a big boat, they don't even care that the man has two testicles that looks like one of those pickup basketballs that look like that you would get back at the park, and it'd be all stripped and everything, and you'd see the leather of the basketball, and you'd be like, how is this even a ball anymore? And really, you never play with it unless no one else has a basketball, and there's like 6 or 7 basketballs they usually play with that aren't there, and that's the one that you just kind of shoot around with, and then you kind of kick away when the game starts. That's what old men balls are like, okay? Just stripped rubber basketballs. Don't hate on my boy Bill. Hunter West. Yeah, Hunter West, the white privileged little shit talking about America skiing in the Olympics. Hunter, fuck yourself, dude. Hunter, just stop, man. Just stop. You look like an AI generated Disney villain, okay? You look so white, man. You look like you have sex while listening to Weezer. And to help you fall asleep at night, you watch police brutality videos. Just stop, man. You don't have to be the one to step out against America and everything like that. You want, dude, just fucking go ski, man. You little white male privileged little piece of shit. Doesn't Italy already have enough? Okay, guys? Italy already has enough going on. I just want to say, I want to take this time. Please, please, Please pray for Italy right now. Please pray for Italy. They didn't have a natural disaster or anything, but Mariah Carey is singing in Italian over there right now. They really need all the help we can get. So if we can just pray for Italy and hope that Mariah Carey stays over there, or maybe they deport her to somewhere. Can we get her deported to fucking El Salvador? Let's go. Let's go. All right, guys. What else? Australian social media. Yeah, there was actually a ban on. I think they banned. Australia banned social media for Gen Z kids or kids under 18. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy just to say? Australia banned social media for kids under 18. Gen Z would not last one day in an Xbox Live chat room in 2008. Back then, we had to say slurs for survival, okay? For survival, okay? Because when someone tells you that your mom is fat and ugly, you have to say slurs for survival. That was in front of your friends, okay? You know, Gen Z just doesn't get it, man. You know, Gen Z's just they just don't get it, dude. They just don't get it. They just pussies. Pussies, man. You know, I've said so many things on Xbox Live that if those were all recorded, I would not be able to get a job right now. I'm just joking. So I say some pretty fucked up stuff on this podcast, and I'm doing okay. So I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. But kids today, they're pussies, man. They're pussies, dude. Like, let's be honest, kids. Like back in my day, we didn't have tablets. Okay, we put cinnamon on a spoon and then we put it in our mouth and choked ourselves to almost death. Okay, and that's how we became men. That's how we put hair on our chest without testosterone. Millennials. Black History Month. Black History Month. Oh yeah, who put the joke of the Xbox Live chat rooms right next to the Black History Month, guys? Where's the producer? I'm not doing this. I'm just kidding. I'm the only producer. I'm the producer, editor, writer. That's why the show's pretty mid, guys, because you got one man doing something, So we're just gonna keep doing it. I love Black History Month. I love Black History Month. It's my favorite time of year. Love Black History Month. I actually took my little cousin to an exhibit at a museum, a civil rights exhibit, and it was very insightful. We learned a lot. And then to celebrate Black History Month, I took my little cousin by a bunch of Black Israelites, and they told him how he's responsible for all their people's oppressions and that he is a villain just for existing and everything like that. He started crying and yada yada yada. But you got it. Where are you gonna what are you gonna do? Just coddle the kid? He's fucking 7 years old. He needs to understand, that he is responsible for everything bad that happens to Black people. Okay, not necessarily me because I'm with the Black Israelites telling my little cousin this, but I'm on their side. We're trying to recruit him so the evil fascist Nazi, team doesn't recruit him like they're Nick Saban, because a young white kid in a Republican dominated area, white nationalists, they treat that shit like they're Nick Saban, dude, and they recruit him with all they got. Okay, I don't even know where I'm going with that. I'm pretty sure I butchered that one, dude. Let's go. Yeah, so we're gonna end this, guys. Fucking stolen land, man. Once again, I want to give a shout out to the tribe of the Tonkawa. The Tonkawa. My mom is supposedly Native American. She's brown. So if you get offended at that, take it up with her. Okay? Can we prove it with a DNA test? Maybe we've never done it because we're white trash and we don't care. But she's brown. If I wanted to take my mom to a Proud Boy cookout, she would not be allowed. She showed me photos of her when she was growing up, and she looks Mexican. Maybe she is a Tonkawa, or maybe a Cherokee, or maybe a Washington Commander. What is it? Yeah, is it the Commanders? Man, that's such a terrible name. Oh, man. So, yeah, guys, if you're on stolen land, represent that stolen land. You know what? Do it up, son. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I'm gonna end this. I feel like today has been just one of those days, man. Just one of those days. Just one of those days, dude. Now I got a show later, and I'm gonna drink a bunch of coffee and hit my wax pen a bunch and let them battle each other out and see what's good. If you're in the Austin area, go to local comedy shows. You're in the Detroit area, no matter where you are, actually, go to your local comedy shows. If you're in the Austin area, go to Poke the Bear roast show. It's every Tuesday night at the Green Room in Austin. Great, funny roast show. Uh, Audience writes roasts about the comedians they're watching. Comedian reads them after. It is a hilarious time. Go watch my other stuff on social media. Share my clips. Go do missionary work in Africa. Go do go start a cult. Springtime is here soon. My favorite part about springtime, starting cults. When that weather breaks, everyone's just so anxious to get outside, including young, angsty men who are lost in life and are looking for direction. And you use them to fulfill your satanic duties and use them as the pawns in this great general war of God. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. Dude, I've been hitting my wax pen way too much today.